What if I told you that you could be highly successful and yet secretly hate yourself? Sounds surprising, right? Well, many people confuse success, confidence, and independence with self love. For a long time, I thought self love was about looking good, achieving goals, and feeling confident. But then I started to ask questions. What if self love is more than just feeling good about yourself on the outside? What if some of us are faking self love without realizing it? There are people who have everything: career, money, relationships, but deep down, they struggle with their self worth. Some keep themselves busy so they never have to sit with their thoughts. Others constantly need validation from social media, achievements, or relationships. So today, we are starting a new series called Why Self Love is Important and What No One Tells You About It. We are going to break down this series into four parts, which is what most people think self love is versus what it really is, signs you may not love yourself, why some people struggle with self love, and how to cultivate deep and authentic self love. Hey, beautiful people, welcome back to my channel. This is Precious Idahor, and I have created this platform to empower millions of lives to live their dreams, unlock their true potentials, and achieve remarkable success in every area of life, whether it's in business, relationships, their career, and personal growth. So, today we're going to be dealing on part one in a four-part series titled What Most People Think Self-Love Is versus What It Really Is. I once had a colleague named Lisa, original name withheld. Lisa is one person that is very big on self-love. She constantly posts about going on vacations, luxury spa days, treating herself to expensive things, and just doing things that we would ordinarily call self-love. And then one day, we got talking, and she let me in on some of the things she was battling with. Lisa was drowning in self doubt, constantly seeking validation, and terrified of failure. And from our conversation, I got to discover that Lisa didn't really love herself. In fact, she was actually distracting herself from the things she was dealing with. She was doing all those things just to run away from herself. And this is how so many of us are. We are trying to do everything else, trying to do every other thing, aside actually dealing with the issues that we are battling with. Now, I'm going to be giving you some common misconceptions about self love. What most people think self love is. Number one, most people think self love is about treating yourself to expensive things, taking solo vacations, saying I'm enough in the mirror, and going on spa treatment and all of that. Now, don't get me wrong, these things are great, but they are not self love. They are just expressions of it. Self love is not just about external rewards, it's an internal work. Number two, most people think self love is about feeling good about yourself all the time. The truth is, real self love means facing discomfort, healing wounds, and holding yourself accountable. Another misconception that people have is they think if I love myself, I will never have to feel insecure again. But that's not true. The reality is, people that actually love themselves, they usually have bad days, but they do not let those bad days, those bad moments to define them. So now let's talk about what really is self-love. Number one, self-love is knowing yourself, understanding your strengths, your flaws, and why you do what you do. A lot of us spend so much time trying to understand others, trying to know other people. And yet, imagine having to spend the rest of your life with just one person, and that person is you, yet you do not even know that person, yet you do not even understand that person. A lot of us do everything else except studying ourselves. You have to take the time to actually study yourself to understand your strengths, get to master who you really are, why you do what you do. This will help you a lot to know those uniqueness that you have, the things that makes you unique, and this will just help you to love yourself, to love even your flaws, your strengths, and everything that makes you you. Self-love is knowing who you are. Number two, self-love is knowing your worth without constantly needing validation. A lot of us, we constantly seek validation from our family, from our friends, our colleagues, and everyone else. And so when they do not give us the expected praises that we need, the kind of praises or acknowledgement that we need for our work, we think we are not enough. We think we've not done good enough. Because why? We have decided to seek approvals from other people except ourselves. Self-love is about knowing your worth. Number three, self-love is discipline. Self-love is knowing when to actually push yourself and not just when to rest. A lot of us actually think self-love, when we hear self-love, we always tie it to, oh, I have to do this, I have to treat myself to something nice and all of that. All those things are good, but sometimes self-love can be discipline. It can be something that would push you to actually go for your personal growth. Now, think about a parent that, you know, have a child, and if you check, they don't just let their child do anything they want because, oh, they want them to feel happy or they want them to feel loved. They guide, discipline, and make them to do better. And that's what self-love is about. Self-love isn't about making yourself comfortable. It's about making yourself better. So you have to find out what exactly will make me better and go after them. Number four, self-love is self-respect. It is the ability to set boundaries, even when it's uncomfortable. You have to be kind to yourself enough to set boundaries. You have to know those things that you should be saying no to. You can't just be saying yes to everything, even to things that do not empower you, even to things that you do not want because, oh, you think it is the right thing to do or because you need validation from other people. Self-love is self-respect. So you have to learn to set boundaries today. Number five, self-love is healing from past wounds instead of running away from them. A lot of us, we have issues that we're supposed to sit down and go through it, deal with it, break out from it. But instead of doing that, we want to run away from it, not knowing that it's still there waiting for us. So self-love is trying to take the time, being intentional about healing from your wounds, healing from your hurts, without running away from them. The last point I'll be giving you today is that self-love is choosing yourself again and again, even when it's hard. A lot of us, we've not been able to forgive ourselves for the things we've done in the past, the hurts, the pain that we've had to go through. We just run away from ourselves. We don't want to choose ourselves. This will lead me into what I'll be talking about in the part 2 of this series, which is signs that you may not love yourself. So if this video resonates with you, I would love for you to watch this part 2. It is very eye-opening, and the link will be displayed on the screen. Also, you can find the link in the description of this particular video. It will lead you to the part 2, which is titled Signs that you may not love yourself. Also, we are trying to build our community one mind at a time, and if you would love to be part of our community so we can connect more, then go to the description of this video and join our WhatsApp community. Just click on the link to join our WhatsApp community so we can connect more. Thank you very much for watching the video up to now. The question I have for you today is, do you actually love yourself, or you're just keeping yourself distracted? Let me see your comments in the comment section. Please click on the subscribe button on your screen, like this video, and share the link to your family and friends. Thank you for watching this video. I love you. Bye.